welcome to Red Hat Summit 2024 here in Mile High City, Denver, Colorado, which you live here, right?
Yeah, born and raised.
Yeah, so I'm Matt Mabus from F5 with me, and we're going to take a step back away just a little bit. I mean, we'll incorporate Red Hat here in a minute, but we're just going to talk about your automation journey and how, where you are in that and where you're going. And so why don't you, start with the beginning. How long have you been automating?
It's been about 4 years now when I was assigned to work on the Red Hat partnership with Ansible. So before that, I worked on nothing but VMware products. I was VMware through and through. I was doing VMware for F5 solutions, and then before that, I worked at VMware for almost 7.5 years, just delivering VMware-related solutions. So automation really wasn't in my brain at all because I was just doing all the manual processes, going in and helping customers solve problems. About the 3.5 years into F5, they asked me to start getting into Ansible, and I was a little hesitant at first, but I jumped into it. I just said, heck with it, I'm going to go all in. But I took the knowledge of what I started with. Like, I knew the foundation of VMware because I was born with that blood, apparently, through and through. But I took those things because I knew always what the outcomes of what VMware products would do, whether I create a virtual switch or a virtual machine. I always know what the outcome is through the manual process. I started automating a little bit here and there with that, and that started to click with me. It was something I knew very deeply, and being able to automate it, I said, oh crap. This made it so much faster to get it from A to B. Like, I don't have to go and do all that. So I started, getting out a little bit further, starting to touch network switches with cores and switches because we have our own lab in BizDev at F5. And I said, well, I don't like creating VLANs, and I don't like creating...
Does anybody like creating VLANs, really?
I don't like doing it manually, going into every switch and logging in and doing it. I was like, can I automate that? I started looking into it and absolutely started doing it. And then I started just growing beyond it because, I knew how to create Active Directory accounts with, passwords auto-generated for people. It was like, I'm getting away from all this click ops. Heck with that. I'm going to automate everything, but it just took everyday tasks that I was doing and automating it made my life so much easier. And I started with something very simple, and now I'm teaching courses on how to integrate F5 solutions with Ansible, basic course and advanced courses. I'm also putting out code for infrastructure as code, telling people, here's a way that you don't have to do all the click ops anymore. I'm all about getting away from the click ops or the CLI ops.
Yeah. And so you've been doing that with Ansible around, VMware is where you came from, but also obviously, we work for F5. Yep. You automate F5 things too.
Absolutely, absolutely. I just delivered a video on DevCentral that deals with infrastructure as code, deploying out the F5 distributed cloud CEs on VMware using Ansible automation. I have also got code out there that you can deploy a big IP HA pair fully from OVA to fully delivering applications in 11 minutes.
Okay.
That's the kind of automation I want. If you've ever set up an HA pair of big IPs, you know how long that takes.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no experience whatsoever in setting up an HA pair or a DSC that I migrated to over the years. Yeah, it takes time through the click ops. Yeah. But from an automation standpoint, it's kind of along your journey is you automate the boring stuff, right? The stuff that is the things that just take time and you don't necessarily enjoy or have pleasure in it, like VLANs and all that. Some things are just fun to build, and maybe you're a little less willing or a little less motivated to automate those things, but definitely automating the boring stuff is one of those fruitful things. And to your point of starting from scratch, something that's important. And so, for those who are watching and maybe you haven't started your automation journey yet, and you're like Matt was at the beginning, it's like, man, can I even do this? And me and everybody else out there, by the way, everybody starts from somewhere, right? And finding that thing that you do all the time, you know it so well that when you automate it, you're going to know if it's right or not right away when you go through the effort. So you automate mostly with Ansible.
Yes.
But are there any other automation things that you're working with?
Not off the top. I am working. I'm really hoping for what Terraform is coming into the IBM ecosystem. I'm really looking forward to that as well. I'd love to have a Red Hat and an Ansible with Terraform story down the pipeline. I'm hoping that that's the path that comes down to. But I don't know anything that I don't know. But I would love to be able to take the infrastructure components that Terraform was really great at, and take the configuration components that Ansible is really great at, and just have one super automation engine to really make automation easy for everyone to consume.
Yeah, I know a lot of customers of ours. They do have that 1-2 punch of Terraform and Ansible, and it'll be interesting to see where the IBM ecosystem goes with both of those.
Yeah.
And so outside of your automation process, by the way, and maybe you missed this, maybe you didn't, but 4 years from what is automation to he's teaching classes on automation. So 4 years is not a long time in a career. So kudos to you for jumping in and just embracing it full force and nailing it. I know that the stuff that you do internally, and then to the people who attend your classes is well received and great. So you mentioned AI with Lightspeed, the demo. Maybe you haven't mentioned that yet.
I haven't mentioned it yet, but it's in our demo booth. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a new thing. Kind of tickling the AI. I don't know what the word is I'm going to use there. Yeah, just jumping on the AI bandwagon and trying not to do things like, hey, AI, so I'm going to touch that. But where are you on your AI journey? Clearly, you've talk about Lightspeed real quick.
Sure.
And then what else is going on with you for your AI journey?
Sure. So Ansible Lightspeed is a new way to use generative AI through IBM Watson X and its code assistant to generate automation code for you. So the idea behind it is, let's get it straight. AI isn't perfect. It needs a good training and a good, retraining and all of the fine tuning that AI really needs to come out with the right code. But it's taking us on the right path. AI is there to help us. It's going to be making our job simpler. We can automate the automation finally. AI is going to be there to say, hey, Mr. AI, or hey, Lightspeed, can you just help me get to a certain point with what I need to do? And it's going to show you examples of code. It might even give you the right level of code that you need to do what your automation tasks is. But like in our demonstration, I only had to do a couple of tweaks in it. Yeah. And it was ready to deliver code at that point. And it built on itself. And any form of generative AI, like Ansible Lightspeed or ChatGPT, it's there to help you. It's not there to replace you. It's there to help you. And if you embrace that component of it, saying, hey, I don't really want to spend time developing hundreds of lines of code, help me get through a little bit of the process, why reinvent the wheel? Like, I always teach that in my classes too, because the basics course, I'm telling people, take code that exists. It exists on GitHub repos. It exists in the generative AI solutions. Why do you need to reinvent the wheel? Don't do something that somebody else has done. Take what they've done, make it your own.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about AI too. It's like, for me, I feel like it's just a somewhat free superpower, right? It doesn't really replace us, especially if you find ways to bring value to your organization, anyway, with or without AI. AI is just going to, supercharge you.
Absolutely.
If you're already driving value and finding, the niches to fit in to what you do and the skill sets you bring, it just amplifies that.
Absolutely.
And so, you are journey for AI. Where are you on that front? So you're touching it with Lightspeed.
I am.
Where are you on the other stuff like consumer? The checkbox for having arrived seems to be you've built a RAG app. So the question: have you arrived? Have you built a RAG app?
I have not.
Okay.
I'm in the process right now of doing machine learning and data analytics. I'm actually taking a course right now that the F5 is helping me with through a third-party provider that's actually hosted by MIT. That'll give me a certificate on machine learning and data analytics. So I'm actually learning how machine learning is taking in code and how you can take categorical data and use neurons and all that other stuff to make the analysis that gets you to the end for AI. Like I'm learning all those pieces, and I'm still in that journey right now. But I have not built one yet. I actually do have a Turing Pi 2 system at home that has NPUs, RK1s with ARM chips and all that. I want to use it down the pipeline, but I think I need to understand a little bit more of the foundation of how the data gets from A to B and how machine learning is going to amplify AI, because without data, AI is useless. And if I can find a way to make data meaningful, whether it be our model, IBM's model, ChatGPT's model, once that data is useful, it becomes so much more easier to consume for everybody else, and that's what we want. Especially, that's what the point of Instruct Lab is all about. It's like taking all of that, the existing AI and the data that's in AI, and then making it fine-tuned. And that's really what I want to go over there and check out.
Yeah, that's on my bucket list for today, is to get over right on the other side of the camera. You can't see it, but we can. The Instruct Lab, which I'm really looking forward to. I was talking to some guys from our partner Worldwide Technologies last night at a happy hour thing, and he went and did that and was kind of very intrigued, kind of blown away. And so I'm really looking forward to tackling that today. Yeah, on my AI journey, I'm a consumer of a lot of AI stuff. I have not built a RAG app yet, but it's on my short list. I'd like the end of May. I've got a little project in mind that I'm going to try and tackle. I got a LangChain book for Python and all that. So it's like I'm like on chapter 1 for like the last month and a half, because life happens. But I'll get there. So maybe you and I can circle the wagons again sometime in the future, and we can both chat through our experiences in our AI journey again.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Well, I'm hoping you're enjoying the conference. I'm loving it, and community. We'll see you very soon.
Yeah. Thank you.